Hey guys, what's up? This is Nikhil from dopemotions.com and welcome to this brand new After Effects tutorial. In today's video, we will learn how to create a really nice kind of a bouncing logo reveal in After Effects, which is really simple and easy to create. And this tutorial is gonna be purely for beginners, for people who are just getting started with After Effects. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the tutorial and get started. Alright, so here we are in After Effects. So as always, let's start by creating a new composition. Let's rename this to main comp. And let's make this 1920 into 1080. Let's make this 30 frames. You can also go with 60 frames, which will look even better. And let's keep it 10 seconds and hit OK. So this is our main composition, and right off the bat, what I'm going to do is drag in my logo. Now you can use any logo that you have. I'm going to use my logo, and or maybe I can hit Ctrl C to just undo it and create a new composition for the logo as well, so we can replace it really easily later on if we want to replace the logo. So let's hit OK and drag in the logo into the logo composition just like that. And maybe I'll just scale this down to around, let's go with 85%. That looks pretty good. Maybe I'll go with 75. Okay, perfect. Let's drag in the logo composition into the main comp. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the ellipse tool just like that. And you can just double click on it. So it's going to create an ellipse for us. Let's keep it white, or you can keep it any color, of course, that you want. And let's go to ellipse 1, ellipse path 1, and hold Alt and just click 2 times. So it's going to create a perfect circle, and you can just, make this a bit small just like that. Maybe I'll keep it somewhere around there and increase the stroke, so you need to play around with it. So maybe I'll just set this to 160, I guess. That should look pretty good. Maybe I'll just scale this down, hit Ctrl Shift H so we can hide the guide layers, or not the guide layers but the control layers that comes for the layers. What am I saying? The control layers for the layers. Yep, I think that is what they are called. Anyways, so you get the idea, right? So I'll just scale this down a bit just till the time it covers up the logo just like that. And then I'm gonna add a trim path pretty quick just like that. And now we can animate the stroke. You can see just like that. So you can see we have some unwanted stroke right over here. So I'm gonna scale down the stroke a bit just like that maybe, and play around with the size. So let's increase this a bit just like that, or maybe play around with the stroke as well. So let's increase this just like that and decrease the size to somewhere around there, and let's decrease this as well. Maybe I'll go with 150. Let's go with 150, and let's go with 150 here as well. Yep, that looks pretty good. And let's go back to trim paths and set this to 50%, or maybe 25%, not 50%, 25%. So we have something like that. So let's rename this to 01. You can rename it to anything that you want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. So we have another layer. Hit R to bring down the rotation properties and rotate it by, I guess, 90 degrees. Yep. Hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, hit R and rotate this by somewhere around 180 degrees. Hit Ctrl D and rotate it by somewhere around there, 270 degrees. So now we have something like that, a complete circle made from the pieces of the layers, of the shape layers. And now what I can do is select the logo composition, hit Ctrl D 3 times. So we have 4 copies just like that, each for every layer. Let's put them below just like that, below each layer. So now we have something like that. And then what I can do is I can select the logo compositions and change the track matte to alpha matte just like that. Alright, so now you don't see anything. Let's pretty quickly make all the layers 3D just like that. Hit Ctrl Shift H so we can see the control layers, basically the gizmos and the layers, the control layers. I think that's what they call. If you know what this layers are called, I think that they are called the control layers. But if you know what they are exactly called, please do let me know in the comment section below. So then what I can do is I can start animating the logo. So I'll go to around, let's say 10 frames, select the logo, this part of the logo, make sure the snapping is turned off. So you have something like that. Maybe I'll select the track mat. Oh, I forgot one step. We need to pre-comp each layer. So let's pre-comp this to 4. Hit OK. Let's pre-comp this to 3. Hit OK. Let's pre-comp this to 2. Hit OK. Select this and pre-comp this to 1. And basically now we can animate it just like that. So now we have this cool pieces of layers, something like that. So now what I can do is I can make all the layers 3D. At 10 seconds, I'm gonna, or 10, not 10 seconds. Maybe let's go with 10 frames. Let's select all the layers and hit P to bring down the position properties. Create a keyframe just like that. Go back in time and let's place them. Let's select the first one. I'm gonna hold the X axis and just drag it just like that, and then drag it up in the Y axis just like that. Maybe a bit more out of the frame just like that. So we can also turn on the motion blur. You can see, make it a bit just like that. Select the second one, do the same exact thing. Let's drag this out just like that and drag this right over here. Same with the third one, drag it out and just place it right over here. Same with the fourth one. There we go. So now we have something like that, as you can see, but it's not really looking really cool. It's looking pretty lame at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a really cool expression that I got from the motionscript.com. If you don't know MotionScript, it is a really amazing website if you are into expression, if you use a lot of expressions for After Effects in After Effects. So expressions make your work a bit easy, and yep, you don't need to animate a lot of things and handle keyframes. You can just play around with the frequency and decay and properties like that, and tweak your animation. So it really comes in really handy if you use expressions. So let's hit Control C, and by the way, I'll provide this expression in the description below so you can go and check it out. So hit Control C to copy the expression, and on the position I'm going to hold Alt and click on the stopwatch and Control V to paste the expression just like that. And if I solo this layer up, now you see our animation. We have a really nice kind of a bouncing effect, as you can see, and we can play around with the frequency and the decay and keep it to a property that we like. So I'm going to set this to 4 and set the decay to 8. You can of course play around with the settings and figure out which fits for you. So yep, that is looking pretty good. Let's select the expression and hit Control C to copy it and paste it on the other layers. So hold Alt, click on the stopwatch and hit Control V to paste the expression. Same with this one and same with this one as well. So let's see what we have. As you can see, let's turn off this icon. So now we can see all the layers. As you can see, you can use it this way as well, which looks really, really interesting. But what I like to do is I like to displace them a bit. So let's displace them a bit just like that. So now we have something like that. As you can see, looks really, really cool. Maybe I'll displace them even a bit more. Now have fun, play around with this thing and add some really cool effect to it. So yep, that is looking pretty good. So at 2 seconds, I'm going to crop all the layers. So hit Alt and close bracket to crop them up. And I can just pre-comp this. So right click, pre-comp it. You can call it anything that you want. I'm going to call it animation and hit OK. So here we have our animation. Let's create a background pretty quick. So hit Control Y to create a new solid. Let's rename this to BG, make it white. And let's drag this below. Then I can just duplicate this by hitting Control D and displace this a bit just like that. And let's add a fill to the second layer, and you can of course keep it any color that you like and keep it orange. So now we have something like that. It adds a little bit more, dynamic to the animation. As you can see, looks really cool, and you can add on as many layers as you want. So if I want to add more, I can just hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, displace this as well, and let's change the color to something like maybe a gray or a black, something like that. Let's see how it looks. Yep, that is looking really cool, as you can see. And you can create some really nice and complex looking animation, and instead of using a circle, you can also use a triangle, a square, or something like that. So now what we can do is let's animate our text pretty quick. So as you can see, our animation is getting cut up right over there. So I'm now drag in the logo just like that, and let's keep it around there. Let's scale this down to 85%. There we go. And let's crop this up by holding Alt and close bracket. Oh, I think the logo is small, so I'm going to scale this up a bit, or maybe scale this down a bit, not up. Oh, I went with 75%, not with 85. I forgot that. So yep, that is looking pretty good. Let's go to around 2 seconds and 10 frames. Select the logo, and first of all, let's add on the text that you want to add. So I'm going to type in .motions.com. There we go. Let's change the font to something like maybe sky. That looks pretty good. That is a really cool font. Maybe I'll just keep it somewhere around there. Let's make this kind of a darker gray. Let's align this in the center. Alright, pretty good. So right over here, I'm going to select the logo and the text, hit P to bring down the position properties, create a keyframe, go to around 3 seconds and 10 frames, and let's turn on the title action safe. Let's drag this logo up just like that, and drag this text up just like somewhere around there, maybe something like that. And let's animate the opacity of the text as well. So let's hit T to bring down the opacity, create a keyframe, hit U so we can see the keyframe, drag that keyframe right over here, and let's set this to 0. So now we have something like that, but as you can see, it looks really lame. So let's select the keyframes and hit F9 to ease those keyframes. Go to graph editor, and let's add a really nice smooth curve at the end. So now we have a really nice looking curve. Maybe on the opacity, I'm going to change the curve and set this to F9. So let's hit F9, go to graph editor, and let's tweak something like that. Yep, that is looking actually pretty cool. Maybe somewhere around there. Yep, that is looking pretty good. And as you can see, it is really simple and easy to create and looks really cool. And the basic idea behind this tutorial is to give you guys an idea of how to create this really simple and cool looking animation, so you can use it in your YouTube videos or wherever you want. Now, I don't really care about the likes and dislikes that I get on my videos, but just for fun, let's aim for 300 likes on this video, and let's see if we can make that happen. And I'm sure that you guys are gonna crack that up, because the way this channel has been growing, the kind of support you guys have been showing at Dope Motions on Dope Motion has been really crazy, and I know we can make that happen. So let's aim for 300 likes for this video. And yep, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. And if you're already subscribed, I'm sure that this tutorial will help you guys. And yep, that is a wrap for today. I hope this video helps you guys, and if it does, make sure to subscribe, comment and like, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to stay raw, stay creative.